Tales from the Carnival, an audio autobiography of 18-year-old Buckley's summer as a carny. Nearly 2 hours of stories about drunk children, lot lizards, horrible business practices, and potential crimes. Listen to a free chapter and buy the rest at adosabuckley.bandcamp.com. Well, everyone, sports are back. Audiences who have been so starved for competition on TV that they've been watching marble racing or cornhole, now have all their real sports back, with one catch: no one can go to them. So obviously, these organizations are scrambling to do something with their empty seats that kinda look stupid on TV. The MLB put cardboard cutouts in the stands in some places. The NHL just said fuck it and covered all their seats with a gray tarp or something. But WWE, that's World Wrestling Entertainment, they've been back up and running for months now. I guess because they're not a real sport, and they set up in Florida, which barely has real laws. So they've been working on this problem for a little longer. At first, they just had empty seats and pre-filmed some of their matches to be more cinematic so that they didn't need to be in an arena, like a match that took place in a graveyard. Then they had other wrestlers who weren't doing anything spread around the arena and cheer or boo. But all this was just to buy time to unveil their latest concept: Thunderdome. And just like the movie it stole its name from, it's a total disappointment compared to what came before it. So, they put these screens all around ringside, and fans can get a chance to log in so they're on screen watching live. The whole thing looks like a fucking choose your fighter menu for Super Street Fighter Diabetes Edition. Now, how long do you think it took wrestling fans to abuse this? If you said 1 day, well, come on, give them a little credit. It took them 3 days. So, they debut this thing on a Friday night for SmackDown, Sunday they host SummerSlam, and then on Monday night, the aptly named Raw sees at least 3 incidents. 4 if you count Mario appearing, but that's relatively harmless. I mean, if anything, Nintendo has to be pissed that anyone would think Mario would watch wrestling. He's way too busy constantly vying for the affections of a woman who never seems to return them, and actually, you know what? Yeah, Mario would be a wrestling fan 100%. So, first up, we got a Chris Benoit appearance in the stands. Chris Benoit, if you're not familiar with his story, murdered his wife and child before taking his own life several years ago. Later evidence suggests CTE might have played a part in it, but either way, a fan thought it'd be funny to have him appear in the audience. Then, we had a member of the KKK. Now, I guarantee Klan members probably watch wrestling, just normally not in their hoods, but they were front and center on the screen during a match. And of course, I can't find footage of it, nor would I show it if I could, but it's being reported by Deadspin that someone also showed footage of a terrorist beheading. And you know it's not good news when other more mainstream media outlets are covering wrestling? The only time they ever do, it's to report things like, a brain-damaged Canadian man murdering his wife and child. But what I want to know is, did WWE think this wouldn't happen? Sorry to wrestling fans, but I was a wrestling fan too. I've been to over a dozen live events from major pay-per-views to small independent shows in school gyms. In fact, I still watch a match or two from time to time. We like lowest common denominator juvenile entertainment. So you should expect lowest common denominator juvenile behavior from some, not all, but some of the fans. Hashtag not all wrestling fans. But what makes this even better? They're also putting in fake crowd noise, because I guess they were at least smart enough to know how bad it would have been if they gave these fucks live microphones. So, the entertainment business, that's incredibly sensitive about its product being called fake, has a fake crowd and fake crowd noise to go along with the predetermined action in the ring. And they have the balls to call it state-of-the-art. Meanwhile, the NBA actually not only beat them to the punch, they made it look so much better. The NBA is doing something similar, but with Microsoft tech, and fans have to log in 30 minutes ahead of time to be vetted. And then, they actually look like they're in seats. from far enough away if you squint, but it's using tech to remove whatever backdrop the person is sitting behind and replacing it with the virtual seats, as opposed to the WWE, where everyone's fucking living rooms or whatever the fuck are in the background, and it looks like this awful mosaic of mouth breathers. So I don't know what WWE paid for this, but it was too much. Vince, see if whoever sold it to you will take it back for a refund. Or say fuck it, don't moderate it, let it become a free-for-all, and see if your audience can make a more entertaining on-screen product than some guy pretending a painted ping pong ball is his eyeball coming out of his fucking socket. When you hear that out loud, how hard could it be?